Thank you for joining us today for the GPAC post-game press conference. We have head coach Emilee Thiesse and student athlete Joey Batt from Minnesota State University Mankato. The Mavericks advanced to the championship game in the 2023 NSIC women's basketball tournament after defeating Southwest Minnesota State in today's semifinal game. We'll start off with an opening statement from head coach Emilee Thiesse and then open it up to any questions. Coach?
Yeah, our leaders actually before the game came up with a key to the game that, resiliency is what it takes for champions. And we had to really rely on that resiliency today. I thought I was just so incredibly proud of how our team responded. We went into the game knowing that we were going to have to guard the three-point line. And credit to Southwest, man, they were on point with what makes them tick. They got those shots off. They found open shooters. They converted on them, and they really made their runs in that game. And we had to rely on our resiliency in the first half to keep us in the game. But to go completely kind of away from our bread and butter defense and have to switch that up in the second half, and that takes great resiliency to have the buy-in. We did a great job, finding shooters in that zone, and we converted defensively that really opened up some great offense for us. So really, really proud of how our team, responded to the runs tonight. Really proud of how our team bought into what we needed to do and the adjustments we needed to make, and really excited to be moving on to the championship with this crew.
Coach, obviously, I would say that you guys are definitely best known for your defense, but particularly today, only 3 of 17 from three. How much more important does that make defense when you're not able to maybe hit from behind the arc at a clip that you'd like to?
Honestly, we don't really even talk a whole lot about the offense. I think we looked at the stat sheet afterwards and we're like, guess we got 3 to fall, so that's great. It's who we are all the time. We never talk offense. It's not what makes us tick, and despite that, we've found a way to get 100 points. So our defense is who we are and what we do.
You guys got 68 points in the paint today. That's a number that I don't have it officially, but it has to be a season high for you, and probably the highest total in a while that I remember. Just talk about your post players, Joey, and how they got the ball in the basket today.
I feel like we knew that we were going to rely on them a lot today. Like, SMSU kind of matches up with us in height. We kind of got some bullies in the post a little bit, like Bruce and everything. But just knowing, like, the way that we cut and get open, trusting our post, too. If they throw a double on our post, we're going to have guards for kickouts, for a three-pointer, or just, like, a little jump shot, too. So just trusting them and knowing that they'll get us the ball if we need it.
Coach, Destiny Burch was plus 20 today. What can you say about what she was able to provide on the floor? I mean, I felt like she was always in the right place at the right time, able to get steals, able to get layups or find somebody open. What can you say about what she was able to bring today?
I think, again, we have so many loaded weapons on our team, and when you see a plus 20 on a player that, had 15 points and 3 assists, I think that's just who we are. We can bring so many different players in that can bring us a spark in so many different ways, and when Destiny gets a look in her eye, I think our team knows that, like, it's about to go down, and she definitely carried us in some great stretches there, and just again gave us great confidence.
I thought early on they matched your punch for punch, and for lack of a better term, you might have outpunched them in the second half. You had a couple nice scoring runs. Your bench was big today, 36 points off the bench. Just talk a little both of you about how the bench sparked your offense a little bit and got you guys going.
I think it's the way that our team just pours confidence into each other. We know each other's strengths, so we play to that. We know who's in and when they're in, and we know what they're best at, so we make sure that we give that to them. I try to get my guards set up and shooters set up so that they can be the most successful, and same with the posts. So just knowing who's in and having the confidence in each other.
Coach, obviously, so the big one's tomorrow, but I mean, does fatigue become a factor in a situation like this? Obviously it's a quick turnaround in these type of tournament settings, but is fatigue a factor? And does today, a type of win like this where you're able to, Joey played 31 minutes, but I mean, that's relatively low compared to what I'm sure she's used to. So does that help in a situation where fatigue can probably become a factor?
We don't fatigue. Fortunately, we're a team that's conditioned for this. And we're in the same boat as UMD, where we both had the off day there. We both played today, and we're going to turn around and be ready to get after it tomorrow. And again, we just got done talking about our bench, but depth is who we are. We believe that any one of our players can bring us a punch at any given time. So yeah, I think we feel great. We're gonna, take this time to, take care of our bodies and rest and hydrate and nutrition. We've been talking a lot about that. But yeah, I think we feel ready. We know that we can wear teams out, and this plays right into our hands.
Playing for a championship tomorrow, that should be motivation enough, Joey. But obviously, you had a stretch during that game against Minnesota at home where you guys really struggled to put the ball in the hole. Then you, maybe if you had another minute or two in that game, probably come back and win that. Just talk a little bit what you learned from that game and how that'll help motivate you guys going into tomorrow.
I think that was just a game where we dug ourselves into a hole and too little too late to dig ourselves out of it. I think we ended up getting up by 1, but then it was kind of just a back and forth right there. But just like we said before the game, our resiliency is what really punches people in the gut. So I feel like just knowing that, using that kind of as motivation as what happened last time, just bringing it out there right away.
Last one for me. I asked, Coach last time about just having so many loaded weapons. I mean, Natalie had 30 last game. Today you're the leading scorer, so obviously it can be anyone on any given night. Can you just speak to what it's like knowing that, on a night where maybe you don't have it, somebody else can bring it, and that's just like a constant thing? Can you speak a little to, how much that helps in a tournament setting like this where you're now playing for a championship? And I mean, who knows who could bring it tomorrow, but that confidence that it could be anyone to go on.
Yeah. It brings a lot of weight off of everybody's shoulders, I feel like, because knowing that we can trust each other, if my shots aren't falling, I know somebody else's is, and then it's going to be my job to get them the ball, set them up to get their shots off. So I feel like that just kind of goes around our whole team. Whoever's hot, we're going to get them the ball, and even if you're not, we're still going to pour the confidence into you to take that shot, make them guard you, make them respect you, because it's going to fall eventually.
Set a couple records today, most combined points in a conference tournament game between two teams, and you guys set a record for most field goals made with 40. Talk a little bit about 55.5%, Emilee, from the floor. What do you got to do to keep that up tomorrow? Obviously, it's a new day. You hope it can roll over, but what are the keys tomorrow?
Yeah, first, I guess just a huge credit to Southwest State. I think hopefully that was a fun game for everybody to watch with a ton of offense. And Coach Webb and I both know, we're up-tempo style, and it's going to be a track meet in those games. And so you got to see a lot of offense, which is fun. I think again the 56% from the field, despite 18% three-point shooting. I think we just worked for high percentage shots. We stayed disciplined to the game that we run best, and that just doesn't stray. I think that's what's so exciting about our system and our style is, we control a lot of what we do. And when you've got 3 games, in 4 days, you can get overwhelmed on scouting everything that every team can do and trying to prepare for what they might do against you defensively. But, for us, it's so much about how we do things and who we are, and that gives us a lot of confidence going into championship game.
No further questions, Coach. Joey, thank you for your time on tonight's post-game interviews by GPAC, and good luck in the championship game.
Thank you.